gentlemen, I want to revisit a conversation because we weren't originally able to find out exactly who this woman was. We didn't know her name. We didn't know her picture. We didn't know any of that type of stuff. We knew that there were children that were suffering. Let me say that again. We knew that there were children that were suffering. And so the thing that we want to have a conversation first is to revisit, like I said that I was, a woman who obviously didn't meet the expectation for having children, but had more than one and then left them in squalor. This is an update on the story of the woman in Oakland County that basically left their kids to fend for themselves over the last 3 to 4 years, and she was out here making it shake for a real one. Make sure y'all hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. Let's rock, y'all.
New charges in one of the most horrific child neglect cases we've seen. An Oakland County mother accused of abandoning her 3 children for years, leaving them physically, mentally, and emotionally traumatized.
At the hospital, the children struggled with completing basic hygiene tasks like flushing a toilet and brushing their teeth because they had not done it in years.
34-year-old Kelly Bryant faces 3 counts of first-degree child abuse. If convicted, she could spend the rest of her life behind bars.
Yeah, this is a case that has shocked Metro Detroit and really the nation. Bryant will be in court for the first time tomorrow, but Jacqueline Francis tonight looking at how we got to this point in the first place. Jacqueline?
That mother, Kelly Bryant, is being held here at the Oakland County Jail. She is set to make her first court appearance in a matter of hours, so let's get you up to speed on how we got here.
It was unbelievable what they were living with for years. Unbelievable.
Unbelievable, the word Oakland County prosecutor Karen McDonald used to describe the situation. It started on Valentine's Day when a landlord called police for a welfare check on a Pontiac home. Inside, they found 3 kids abandoned in deplorable conditions.
Everything was covered with feces and trash.
Oakland County Sheriff Mike Bichard broke the news over the weekend and has been providing updates in the days since, saying the kids aged 12, 13, and 15 had been living there alone for years, surviving on weekly drop-offs of food, having no physical contact with their mother or the outside world.
The only one of the 3 that ever came out was the young boy, and he came out twice. Once because he wanted to feel the grass, which by itself is heartbreaking, and a second time to check the mail.
Now come the charges, 3 counts of first-degree child abuse.
If convicted, Ms. Bryant could face a sentence of up to life in prison.
Child Protective Services have placed the 3 siblings in the custody of a family member. With the arraignment set for Thursday, this case and the investigation are far from over.
I guess what stands out the most for me is no love. There was nobody there to care for them for between 3 and 4 years. No parent, nobody physically present to let them know that they were safe and they were loved.
I briefly spoke with the children's grandfather, who is believed to have custody of them at this time. He has no comment. Reporting from
I'm not really sure that any of those kids is safe in any of the family members' hands, to be honest with you. I mean, what do? Put them in foster care? They 13 and 15 plus years old. They already broken. They already absolutely ruined. They're going to probably have to have a lifetime of therapy if they ever have a chance at being sufficient adults, at being a wife or a husband or ever having kids themselves. I don't know if anybody could fix these kids. Honestly. He came outside twice in 3 to 4 years, once because he wanted to feel grass. Good chance that he probably hurry up and ran back in the house because he didn't feel like he wanted to get in trouble. I mean, this is literally prison. The conditions and the way in which these kids lived were worse than prisoners. I've seen prisoners live better than this. I've seen prisoners live better than this. The question that we have to ask ourselves now, because we already understand that it's going to be a lifetime of pain and a lifetime of issues that's associated with these children. We already know that. That goes without saying. The question that we have to ask ourselves is, and think about it before you answer, and I know that the chat is our co-host, but think about it before you answer. Does she deserve life in prison? I think that this is a conversation that we need to have on After Hours tonight. Does she deserve life for the rest of her natural born life? Probably another 50 years. Does she deserve life in prison? Write notes. Everybody in the chat, most of them says yes. One says no. Millennial Mark TV says absolutely. Some people say she needs to be in a mental health facility. Not life, says Skinny Boy. I can't say that she does. Where were the fathers? That's another question. Praying for Alicia says AD she does because the children will never be okay. Absolutely no. Wood chipper. Okay, for the people that say no, what would you give her if you are the judge in this case? Because this is one of the most difficult cases that you can preside over. If you are the judge in this case, what do you give her if you don't give her life? This is allegedly a former sister-in-law, meaning that she has brothers and sisters or something and siblings. A former sister-in-law reveals more about the Michigan mother who allegedly left her children. Check it out.
We all knew she was a bad parent, but I don't think nobody really realized this was going on.
Charlene Bryant is the former sister-in-law to 34-year-old Kelly Bryant, now facing child abuse charges after investigators say they found 3 of her kids living alone in squalor for several years at this Pontiac townhouse on Lydia Lane. Charlene has not been in contact in years and has loads of questions now.
I just don't know how the family don't know when they were so close.
Let me also say this prior to us going into this tragic story. This right here, this woman right here is the prototype. This is the thing that I be telling people all the time. This woman is the prototype of what a lot of black guys talk to when we talking about the snow bunnies. Now, my white compatriots right now, my white ladies, I know a lot of y'all tune into the Millionaire Morning Show. I want you to understand that nobody is spared from accountability. This is the prototype white woman that a lot of black guys choose to marry and be in a relationship with, and then they pedestalize them to somehow, some way be more submissive than black women. I am telling you. They have tats on their faces. They live in the hood with everybody else. They wear pink and black jerseys. They say that they are submissive. They have y'all kids. They got the Detroit. This is the Detroit, Pontiac, Metro Detroit, Snow Bunny, talk to black man starter kit right here. Are we going to be real? I'm telling you that this is the Snow Bunny Black Man Starter Kit. And I am not a person that ever separate myself based off of identity. I think you should talk to wherever it is that you want to talk to. Go where you celebrate it, not where you tolerate it. If you have a preference for snow bunnies, rock with snow bunnies. If you're a white woman that like black men, do your thing. If you're a black man that like white women, do your thing. Vice versa, all in between. Talk to who you want to talk to. I'm not a gatekeeper for relationships, but I am telling you that this is the starter kit for white women that are talking to black men in a lot of major cities, including all around Metro Detroit. They walk around with them. They go into the dollar store with them. They hold hands. They be kissing. They be having 8 kids, 2 different baby daddies, tattoos on the faces, and they be rocking. I'm telling you, I don't know what they do to y'all. I don't know how y'all fall in love with them. All of them is a good 225 to 262. And I'm not talking about credit scores or anything like that. I'm talking about their weight. All of them is a good 225 to 262, depending on their height. It could range. All right. She's telling you that she's a former sister-in-law. That means that she was married to her brother. Y'all ready to get back? You know I'm gonna look at every single thing, right? Because I know she quick to get on here to talk about whatever it is that she thought that she knew or whatever, so on and so forth. So you want to get on TV, we got to make sure that we address it accordingly. Let's get back to her assessment of her former sister-in-law.
Oakland County prosecutor Karen McDonald charged Kelly Bryant with 3 counts of child abuse in the first degree, which could mean life in prison if convicted. All of this after police say they found 3 of Bryant's 4 kids, a 15-year-old boy and his 2 sisters, ages 12 and 13, living in horrific conditions.
Her daughters were hiding in a bathroom that was filled with feces, piles of trash, and completely non-functional, while her son was hiding in another room. Police were astonished to find anyone in the location because it appeared to be uninhabitable, with piles of garbage and refuse several feet high, including large amounts of human excrement.
The prosecutor says Bryant lived at the home with all 4 kids back in 2019, but later moved out, leaving 3 of her children abandoned while one of the kids went to live with their dad. Detectives say the landlord called police to the home, worried for Bryant's welfare after not getting a rent payment since last October.
Yeah, you don't get a rent payment since last October. It's time to do a welfare check. You know what? As a real estate investor, I don't even think that I can invest in a place like this. I believe that a lot of these places be having spirits that's left behind them.
That's when the kids were found, shaken, scared, and covered in feces, according to the prosecutor.
Honestly, I thought the grandmother was taking care of the children.
That's the last you heard?
Yeah, that's the last. You went 4 or 5 years without seeing your grandchildren. There was no questions.
We stopped by the Pontiac home of Bryant's extended family, where the police eventually took the kids. We wanted to talk to the adults. Hi, how are you? No, sir, no comment. Is there anything you'd like to say, sir? No comment given there. We also searched Bryant's Facebook page, which was easy to find and not set to
Oh, my God. She out here living her best life. You know, somebody has sent me her Facebook page, and I started to add it, but then I have to be responsible with my platform, and I didn't know if this was the actual real person. Everybody had been saying that it was the real person, but you never know, and so you have to be careful, because when you start to get a really decent sized platform, you want to be responsible. You don't want to just implicate somebody that has nothing to do with this just because a whole bunch of people said it. But this is what I seen. Living their best life, thick in the thighs, slim in the hips. You know what it is.
We also searched Bryant's Facebook page, which was easy to find and not.
Y'all know what it is. Listen, prototype right there. That's the prototype. That's what y'all like. Don't you sit here and lie to me. This is what y'all like. This is what these guys are going for every single day. I wouldn't be surprised if she'd have sent Q a DM and said, I want to be on Monday Night Show because I need to let these guys know that they not doing what they supposed to do, and I want them to be there for their kids. I have no doubt in my mind that Q, if you went through and you scrolled through your DMs, you might have seen her in there trying to ask to be on the show on a Monday night. 100%, this is the prototype of the women that y'all deal with every single day. Think about this the next time that y'all run into one of these women and you say, hey, baby girl, can I pump your gas? Hey, love, can I pump your gas? Because you got a lot of trash in the back of that. Doop. The next time y'all see them at floods in Detroit, that's where they be at, floods, when they start to age out and then they show up at floods because they got a whole lot of kids at home. And in your local bar, the equivalent of what floods is in Detroit. Some of y'all may not be familiar with floods. The people that's from Detroit, you know what floods is. You know who you're going to find there. You're going to find her. For the people that see this woman at your local watering hole within your cities, ask yourself this question. How many kids do you have and who's feeding them right now? That's the number one question that I want to hear from y'all. Because we already know that you got a 97% chance of her being a single mother. That is just a fact. That just is what it is. Don't sit here and get offended. Everybody gonna catch smoke today. Everybody being held accountable on the Millionaire Morning Show today. We don't want to know how many you got alone. We want to know who's feeding them right now. You're over here on Pop the Balloon. Boop, boop, boop. Keep talking about people's shoes. I don't like his aesthetic. His fit, not what I thought it was supposed to be. I don't know if you really match my style. I like to be here in these streets. I like to try. What do you like to do? Single ladies. Meet new mother. What do you like to do for fun? I like to travel. I like to go back and forth to LA and Miami. The first question that I want y'all to ask going forward, how many kids do you have and who's feeding them right now? Single ladies. How many Who babysitting? That should be the question. When she asked them, hey, listen, do you have any questions for the ladies or the guys? Ask them. How many? Oh, man. Jesus, Lord have mercy. Let's see our next single lady. Shout out to Arlette doing the Lord's work over there. This is the one that y'all be seeing. Oh, dog, but she thick, though. She thick, though. I don't think I'm going to put on no rubber. I'm going to just see it through.
Not set to private. Her content shows her modeling various outfits for the camera.
She's gonna claim she couldn't afford to take care of her kids, but you got your hair done, you got your nails done, you got new clothes on all your pictures. Come on now.
What do you think should happen at this point?
She needs to go to prison and never see her kids again.
All right, my snow bunny with the face tat that got the Detroit, face tat and stars on her face. Yeah. I'm going to show you what they look like. They from Pontiac. They from Taylor, Melvindale, Hamtramck. Yeah, you didn't know where I thought. You didn't know where I know where all of the snow bunnies are. I know exactly where you can find this prototype at right now. Go to Taylor, Michigan. Taylor, Michigan. Whew, they're everywhere. Taylor, Michigan, Melvindale. Huh? You didn't know I knew, did you? I know exactly where y'all at. Hanging out at Hamtramck, trying to go to the soccer games and get you a new one. Westland, Allen Park. That's correct. See, my fellas know. They know where to find them. When the ladies are giving you a hard time inside of the city of Metro Detroit, out here in Michigan, Clarkson, Waterford, facts. Facts. Sometimes they drive a pickup truck, lifted, or they may have an Altima with no bumper. Same thing. It's not abnormal for you to actually see this play out in real time. I'm telling you, when the fellas is having a hard time with the ladies and y'all black women don't want to give them a chance, they head over to Melvindale, Allen Park, Westland, Taylor. Taylor is usually the headquarters. Clarkson, Waterford, White Lake, Highland, Michigan, Pontiac. You can get you one. Costs you nothing. Drop her right off at the trailer, pick her up, or you can get her in Section 8 housing. She fit the narrative. She's not going to say much. She may have some baggage with her, may have a couple face tattoos, a little bit of front butt, but if you can stomach through it, you can find you a new one that ain't going to give you too much pushback. They absolutely have no standards whatsoever. May brush their teeth every other day, take 2 showers a week, but she'll get there.